Good afternoon. Happy Friday to everyone out there. Thank you for joining us for KREM 2 News First at 4. I'm Mark Hanrahan in for Tom Sherry today. Joining me is my colleague, Whitney Ward.
Hi, Mark. Yeah, it's a great Friday. It's a busy Friday, so let's get right to our top story at this hour. Borrachos, popular bar and restaurant in downtown Spokane, is now temporarily closing after at least 24 new coronavirus cases have been tied to that one location. Again, it's a popular downtown restaurant in the downtown core. So as we take a look, the restaurant is closing voluntarily. A spokesperson at the health district said they're not requiring businesses to close for cleaning if an employee or customer ever tests positive for coronavirus. Now, they do have that authority, but they said they would really only do that if it was truly necessary. Borrachos did release a statement on its Facebook page saying it believes it is important to take every possible precaution as we start to see more cases. The health district says of the 24 cases tied to Borrachos, only one was an employee. Those who have tested positive were at the restaurant over last weekend or the weekend before. Those are June 12th and 13th or June 19th and 20th. So far, no word from the owners on when they plan to reopen.
Want to get to our other top story today. Starting today, you have to wear some sort of face covering if you're in Washington, but the announcement has led to a lot of questions, including what happens if I don't wear a mask? The answer, violating the order can result in a misdemeanor, but according to the Washington Association of Sheriffs and Police Chiefs, they said they will not issue any citations or arrests. Instead, they are focusing on educating communities on public safety. Next question, can you expect, or can you rather get an exception to this rule? People with respiratory and cardiac issues that could pose a risk to their health by wearing a mask are an exception. The same goes for people who are deaf or hard of hearing. And if wearing a mask makes it difficult for you to communicate, you are also exempt. Also, children under the age of 5 are not required to wear a mask, according to the governor. Where are masks or coverings required? Masks are required in any public indoor setting. If you eat at an outdoor restaurant and social distancing is hard to come by, you must wear a mask. However, when you're eating or drinking, obviously at the restaurant, a face mask is not required. Now, where can I get a face mask or a covering if I don't have one? Well, if the surgical N95 masks are hard to come by, many stores and online retailers sell face coverings that meet the requirements to protect you from others and yourself from others. If you can't get a hold of one or at an online store, a simple scarf will do, and make sure that it covers both your nose and your mouth. And for how long this new mandate will last, Governor Inslee said it may last until a vaccine or a cure of some type is made available. Meanwhile, WSU is following the governor's mandate by issuing face mask rules themselves. The university is now requiring everyone on each of their campuses to wear a face mask when indoors and outdoors when social distancing isn't possible. They also issued rules and guidelines on their website on when and where employees and staff need to wear them. WSU also plans to provide masks to every employee working on site. Getting back to business, a challenge for our area. Employers working under strict social distancing guidelines and providing employees with appropriate protective equipment. Spokane County and the Greater Spokane Incorporated have teamed up to buy some personal protective equipment, better known as PPE, to hand out to small businesses. The mass distribution begins next week at the fairgrounds right here in Spokane. KREM 2's Laura Papetti joins us now with how you can get help or help out at the event.
We're here at the fairgrounds where they're getting set up to distribute PPEs for small businesses throughout next week. And in that building right there, it is filled with the supplies, everything from hand sanitizers to masks, to make sure that businesses have not only what they need to succeed, but to do it safely. Crews loaded the equipment today, which includes everything that can be pretty tough to get right now and expensive to buy, especially in small quantities. So the county used its purchasing power and money from the CARES Act to buy things like cleaner, hand sanitizer, gloves, and masks. Businesses with 49 or less employees can sign up right now to receive free equipment. About 1,500 businesses have signed up so far, but they have product for thousands more businesses to be involved. However, the organizers say what's really needed right away are volunteers. It's a way to give back to the business community that is struggling to survive during the coronavirus outbreak.
To be able to give businesses, to know that their county's behind them, to know that there are people that are rooting for them to continue to stay open and be safe. We're working really hard to do what we can to get our businesses and our economy open to phase 3, that we're doing it safe, and we know that we've got troubling numbers right now, and so it's perfect time to make sure that we're getting everybody the equipment they need to stay safe.
So if you're a business that qualifies and you would like to get some of the free protective gear, you can sign up. We've placed that on KREM.com. And again, they are really in need of those volunteers. We've put that link on KREM.com as well. You can sign up individually or as a group. And they said they will be practicing some safe practices here, social distancing. They'll have people on site and their only job will be to make sure that people are keeping apart, washing their hands and making it safe for everyone who's involved. Reporting in Spokane, Laura Papetti, KREM 2 News.
And for more on mask requirements in Washington and where local businesses can get free masks, just text the word masks to 509-448-2000 and we'll send you a link where you can get information directly to your phone. Whitney?
All right, Mark, let's take a look at the latest numbers now from Spokane Regional Health. Today reporting 1,168 cases total across the country. That is an increase of 46 new cases since yesterday, which now marks the third largest spike in cases since the entire start of this pandemic. No new deaths, though, have been reported, and currently we know 22 people are in the hospital. The Spokane County Health Officer says people between the ages of 20 and 39 are now affected by coronavirus more than the elderly population. And in North Idaho, Panhandle Health is reporting 5 new cases today. This comes after the area saw a spike of 23 cases for 2 days in a row. The health district also announced the first case in Boundary County. The total number of cases in the Panhandle area now sitting at 220 with no new deaths. We also have been seeing a sharp uptick in the number of Washington unemployment claims. Over the last month, those numbers were actually dropping, but that is changing. In the last week, there were 29,612 new claims, which is up 2% from the week before. Unemployment numbers still at a record high. Compared to the same week last year, claims are up 450%. The White House's coronavirus task force had its first public briefing in nearly 2 months today. They say it's now better equipped to handle this surge in cases thanks to increased knowledge about the virus and more testing capability. Dr. Anthony Fauci turned his focus to young people, urging them to please take this virus seriously.
When you do that, you are part of a process. So if you get infected, you will infect someone else who clearly will infect someone else.
I told the governors we are ready at a moment's notice to surge personnel, to surge supplies, to expand capacity, and to support their healthcare response.
So even amidst the pandemic, the Trump administration is once again taking aim at the Affordable Care Act, more commonly known as Obamacare, asking the Supreme Court to strike it down. The Supreme Court is scheduled to hear arguments on the case in 2021. All right, the sun has been out in force all day. Our kiddos had the slip and slide out. It was that hot. Thomas Patrick is in for Tom Sherry tonight, checking out what looks to be kind of a change for the weekend. Thomas?
Hey there, Whitney. By the way, if you could bring that slip and slide over to the station, I think we would get use out of that here at the Outdoor Weather Center. Yeah, another scorcher today. Plenty of sunshine out there. 86 so far, the hottest it's been in Spokane. But did you know that these temperatures you see here, these are all recorded in the shade and over grass. So if you're out in the sunshine and standing on a concrete surface like I am now, it's probably a little bit hotter than that overall. Now, heading into the weekend, a few changes heading our way, but elevated fire risk still exists for southern Washington and the lower Columbia Basin. That is a fire weather watch for some breezy and overall dry conditions. But all in all, tomorrow actually should be really, really nice. This is about as perfect as I can draw it up, with our temperatures actually not quite as hot as they are going to be today. High temperatures around 80 degrees as opposed to like 86 or 88. But no rain just yet for the first half of the weekend. The second half, not so much. Looks like Sunday and Monday we have a good chance for rain and showers overall. So coming up, I'm going to detail what times that rainfall is most likely across the inland northwest and just how much cooler we're going to get between now and the end of the weekend. All those details in just a few minutes. Mark?
Sounds good, Thomas. Thank you very much. Still ahead, the iconic Spokane event Hoop Fest is still in limbo amid the ongoing pandemic. So coming up, we sat down with the Hoop Fest director to talk about the future of the world's largest 3-on-3 basketball tournament. And before we head to a break, a big senior shout out to Brittany Strevey. She's a senior at Pullman High School. Best of luck to Brittany and the rest of the class of 2020. We'll be right back after a quick break.